Happy Monday morning, 5:22, and welcome to week 6. Sorry this video is a little bit later in the morning. I typically try to get them out Sunday night or early Monday morning, but I have a puppy that's not feeling well, so that's why I'm sitting on the floor, and so hopefully she stays sleeping while I do this video. Really excited to look through all the comments from the assignment from week 5 and loved the discussion. Once again, it's definitely my favorite part of the course. And you guys, we've been together, we're going on 14 weeks now. So I think the discussion gets richer and richer. So keep that up. I will try to have grades updated by Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, just so you guys know to be looking for that. But let's jump into week 6. This is actually one of my favorite weeks. So let's start with the quote. I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me. And that's from the character Frank Costello in The Departed. I love this quote because it really takes away passive, being a victim or being passive, right? We can control our environment by what we do and what we say. So with students, everything you do affects them, everything you say, and you build that environment. And with adults as well, we can definitely control our own actions and our own attitudes, and so that does affect our environment. So from week 5, I already touched on that, but just really remember, technology is not the cause of all things bad, even though social media gets piled on, but it needs to be taught on and trained on. And so this week we're going to look at 21st century learning, leaders in educational technology, and some innovators versus disruptors. The one thing I love this week so much is that I really struggle with the term 21st century learning, because we're in the 21st century. It's not something that's years and years away. It's not something that is unattainable. We should be 21st century educators already. We're deep into it. And so just know that caveat that, at least for me, I definitely believe that we're already there, right? And so there is quite a bit of content, so let's go through that. This article, The Inside Out School, it's not super long and there's a lot of bullet points, but it's an interesting idea that it really takes the idea of taking learners out of academia and really putting it into the learner themselves. It's internalizing it, and then also placing a lot on the community versus straight teacher versus student. So not really a long read, but there's a lot of information there. This one, more states opting to robo-grade student essays by computer. I don't know. This is from 2018. That kind of came up and got hot and heavy. And I think there's been enough pushback that a lot of that is kind of gone away, but we still have fallen onto Grammarly or Turnitin. There's a lot of auto kind of things out there that are great tools. There just needs to be a balance there. So the 9 characteristics of 21st century learning. Once again, these are characteristics that should already be in the classroom, and really the teacher should model these. It's not something that's in the future. I love the first line of it. The 21st century learning is vague, and it's an idea that here we at TeachThat like to take a swing at often as possible, right? So defining it. And so these are things that we should be definitely modeling, and when we're building our content, should have in mind. 4 ways technology is shaping the future of grading. This is a great little article, and I would say if you don't know some of these, start Googling them for sure. So Google Forms, obviously there's a lot of auto grading and a lot of things you can do effectively there, and then you can use the form goes to a sheet, and then you can use formulas to make it auto categorize stuff, which is great. There's great add-ins and plugins for Google that allows you to have digital comment banks, and that goes to 3 and 4 as add-ons and extensions. There are so many good ones out there, and if you guys are struggling with, hey, I don't even know what to search for, reach out to me. I definitely have a list of extensions and add-ons that I think are non-negotiable and really helpful. And even up here you can see for me, this is Screencastify. Even though I don't use Screencastify, I use Screencast-O-Matic. You got to have your Bitmojis. This is a huge one that I use all the time, picking a color from a page in Grammarly. And this one is, we built our own extension for my school, but that's private for us. So do some Googling. If you don't know which ones, reach out to me. And then finally, there's this short video. It's only 6 minutes, Becoming 21st Century Teachers. And that is important for your discussion board. After viewing it, write a thoughtful reflection regarding innovative teaching ideas and respond. And so it's only a 6-minute video, and it'll get our discussion board kicked off for the week. So looking ahead, just make sure you're continuing to read your tech book and working on your book report. Just wanted to mention that. But the assignment for this week is future predictions for education. And I know I talked about this last week. Really what you're doing is revisiting that idea of predicting, what's going to be happening in the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years, that sort of thing. It's a little bit different, and then, and I have no doubt that your guys' content is going to be amazing. It's different in that it's not just submitting a Google slide or a PowerPoint. It needs to be something that's interactive. I know a lot of you have already used Powtoon or Animoto. You can even do you could do a screencast. So you could pull up a Google slide and use Screencast-O-Matic, or you can use Screencastify and have your video on there and narrate it. You could do just a straight podcast. You could host podcast, the audio file just on your Google Drive and share that link. YouTube, Vimeo. If you have questions on what that might be, what that might look like, let me know. Adobe Spark is another good one. There's an app called Adobe Premiere Rush. It's a lightweight video editor that works off the phone. So there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Like I said, just reach out if you have any questions. About 5 minutes long. Really, it shouldn't be over 5 minutes 30 seconds. It shouldn't really be under 4 minutes. So 4 to 5.5 minutes is really where we're looking for. You guys can read the rubric. If once again you have any questions about that assignment, reach out to me. That is week 6. We are flying through this course. I hope you have a good week, whatever summer brings for you.